hat on, an eye patch on, the door being knocked on, noises followed by growling of more noises. What was that? One of the MPs asking. This must be the first time you guys, looking at the MPs, seeing these dead people outside, Lieutenant JG saying. It's a lot worse in other states we had been on. One of the guards said back to Lieutenant JG. Like where else? Lieutenant Hernandez asking. Like in New Mexico, we had to put down about 15 of the dead walking. 15? Lieutenant Villa not believing. Yeah, in other states you just shoot your way out. You move, passing the bodies, getting the mission done, one of the MPs saying. Another tapping, coming from a room. What is that noise? Lieutenant Villa asking. Lieutenant J.G. Howe responded, Do not be concerned with that noise. This is my problem alone to deal with. Where is Ari? Lieutenant Hernandez asking. Why isn't she here? I thought you went AWOL, the reason to be with her. You all, Lieutenant J.G. Howe saying, pacing around the living room, looking at them all. Your concern is not with her, it's with me. Taking his mask off, his face with protruding zits, the pus, looking as if they'd been picked off time and time again. Removing his eye patch, revealing now one eye, white as blank. Everyone getting up, everyone pointing their pistols at Lieutenant J.G. Howe. You all are gonna shoot me? Nothing like that. Lieutenant Villa standing in the way of the MP guards, pointing their pistols at Lieutenant J.G. Howe. He is sick, one of the MPs saying to Lieutenant Villa. We cannot take him back this way. Lieutenant Hernandez arguing to the MPs. If we do this, we are going to get the entire ship sick. Let alone, we can't even get him to the front gate of the base. We will be turned away, guaranteed. They may not even let us get on board. Seeing they might want to do some test or something. The one MP scared of the consequences. I have a question to ask you for, Lieutenant Villa when saying, How did you know they would be here? Chief Miller gave us the address. Him saying you two would be here, waiting for us to accompany you two with enough firepower to get you back with Lieutenant JG and yourselves. I cannot go with you, Six. I already told you this. Referring to everyone. A thud coming from the door. The Six looking at the door. One of the MPs now asking, What is behind that door? Pulling out his 9mm, one issued to each of the MPs, everyone having the same guns. Lieutenant Hernandez pondering the thought. Stepping in front of the door, pulling out a bladed knife, everyone looking at Lieutenant J.G. Howe. One of the MPs asking the question that everyone else wanted to ask, but the MP asked first. What are you protecting inside there? Didn't you say your friend was inside there? Can we see what is wrong with her? The MP holding the knife, holding it up, from a stance form. Lieutenant J.G. Howe stops the MP. I will not let any of you ruin what I've been doing here. Protecting Ari from the elements. Ari lost her whole family. I'm all she has. The thud behind him, getting louder and louder. Bro, what is going on behind that door? Lieutenant Hernandez whispered. You would not believe me if I told you, Lieutenant JG said. But bro, your left eye is white, Lieutenant Villa pointed out. Are you infected like how those people outside are? I am not infected like them outside. My eye becoming like this because the lack of medicine. I got a bad infection. The infection then taking my sight out of the eye. At times I have a glare, a blur. Sometimes I can see out of it. But nowadays, my eye, they're becoming dead. The MP arguing, We can leave that thing in the room. Her name is Ari, Lieutenant J.G. Howe saying to the MP. We are taking you now. Get your stuff and let's go back to the base already. The MP's getting up from the couch. All of us, we must wait. We must stay here overnight, Lieutenant Villa saying. Why? All the MPs asked. It is daytime. The sun is coming up. The dead, they get riled up. Daytime is no time to get out there, Lieutenant Villa arguing. We're trying to make our way back to the ship. What time do you suggest we go then? The MPs asked. Nighttime. This is the only option we have. So everyone find a spot here, in the living room. The rooms are boarded, the windows are locked. Nobody from the outside will come. They will knock on the door, their hands will bump into the door. Their hands will try to touch the doorknob. But I assure you all, nothing bad will happen to any of us, Lieutenant J.G. Howe explained. The couches, the love seats, everyone, find a spot to take a nap in until the night arrives.